a setback for one local housing agency.
A spokesperson for Humility of Mary Homes and Services says the organization was denied additional funding this year. Money it would have used to place people into affordable housing. The number of units for rent less than $500 a month has decreased by more than 40% since the year 2000. More expensive units increased dramatically by more than 100 or 1,000%. Fox 18's Tahera Rahman joins us in the studio with the impact that's having on homelessness. Tahera?
Jim, Tiffany, a spokesperson for Humility Homes and Services, says the lack of affordable housing means the longer people spend on the streets and the more difficult their situation gets. That was the case for Frederick GUYPEDE for a decade.
I'll get that, ma'am.
Frederick GUYPEDE is getting used to a new routine. It's his second week working here at Humility Homes and Services.
Thank you. Thank you.
Besides a new job, the 55-year-old is also adjusting to what others might consider basic tasks.
Being able to cook for myself, clean for myself, and being able to take a bath, shower whenever I want, and I do my own laundry.
That's because less than a year ago, GUYPEDE didn't have any of it.
I was chronically homeless for 10 years, living on the streets.
Last summer, he finally got accepted into Humility's permanent housing program.
The idea is that you put people into their own apartment, regardless of what situation they're in, and then you go in and provide supportive services around them from there.
Chief Operating Officer CHRISTIE ADAMSON says she's seen the program work.
Not only does it work, but it's cheaper. It's cheaper to house somebody in their own apartment than it is in a shelter. It's certainly cheaper to have them in their own unit and not bouncing in and out of the ER and jail and those other systems.
It's just about keeping up with the demand.
Right now we're operating just over 40 units of permanent supportive housing. We could easily in our community double or triple that and still see a need.
And although GUYPEDE is still getting used to his new life, he's already put certain things behind him.
The worst feeling in this world I've ever experienced in my life is being cold and hungry. That's the closest thing to death that I ever came to.
For GUYPEDE, the program is the end to a decade-old vicious cycle. Now, Frederick GUYPEDE has not only found a way out of homelessness through this housing program, but he's also become an advocate. He's part of a task force of social agencies across the Quad Cities tackling hunger and homelessness. In the studio, Tahera Rahman, Fox 18 News.